Nice, easy, with 20 jumping jacks. Good morning, Jeannie. Making sure those hands touch overhead, slap the side of your thighs, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Once you're done with those 20, give me 10 leg swings. Ten leg swings, front to back, making sure you're increasing in height. Once you're done with your leg swings, take it into a figure 4 stretch. I thought you were gonna like do the workout with your hair down. You're like that one runner on the belt line that runs with her hair down. It's pretty epic. Well, she's like a legit like runner too, but it annoys me because it's just like, maybe I'm just mesmerized by like the whip. Yeah. Like how? How are you, like, why would you do that? Yeah. Well, if you're running that fast, the wind, like, I don't know, whatever. Arms come overhead. Let's take it into squat to stand, 4 distinct movements. Reaching for those toes. As 1, pulling those hips down, that's 2. Chest and arms come up, that's 3. Stand it on up, that is 4. Let's repeat 3 more times. Would it be the same on the bike? That makes a little more sense to me though than like running. You just look like, who's the character from the Addams Family where it's just all hair? Is it? I can't remember. Anyway, from here we're gonna take it into some hip circles, so keep those feet nice and wide apart. Push those hips over, roll all the way around nice and slowly. 3 big slow hip circles in each direction. Once you're done with your 3 and 3, we're just gonna rotate those toes slightly out, so about a 45-degree angle. And from here, we're gonna take it into sumo squats. 5 sumo squats, driving those knees out, hips go below parallel. We wanna try to get deeper and deeper as we go through our reps. Once you're done with your 5, we're gonna take it into step back lunges with a trunk twist. So just stepping back and rotating towards that front knee, adding a little bit of spine mobility here. Oh, okay. I asked the question with the Addams Family and Kat wrote cousin it, but I read it cousin IT and I was like, what? And I completely forgot I asked the question. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. From here, we're gonna take it into inchworm. So just crawling out to that high plank position and then driving those hands into the ground, back up to a standing position. And we're gonna repeat that 4 times. So making sure we're adding that light pause here in that high plank, but a squeeze core is tight. Once you're done with that 4th, hold the high plank position for me. We're gonna take it into 5 push-ups. Locking those hips into place, squeezing your core, making sure that chest comes all the way down. Once you're done with your 5, we're gonna flip it on over. We're gonna take it into a hip bridge march. So holding the top of that hip bridge position. And then from here, marching in place. So as one leg raises up, we wanna make sure that we're stabilizing our hips. So the side that's coming up is not dipping down. Let's do 5 on each side. Once you're done with your 5 each side, let's take it into 5 lemon squeezes. So starting off in that hollow body hold, and then coming together in the middle. So there should be constant tension throughout your core, never fully relaxing on the ground. 5 lemon squeezes, and then flip it on over and give me 20 mountain climbers. Making sure shoulder, elbow, wrists are all in one line, keeping that chest over your hands. 20 mountain climbers, then inchworm those hands back up to your feet. Slowly rolling that back up to a standing position for some back slappers, throwing that chest forward, loosening up those arms. Coming over the top, point those elbows to the ceiling. And from here, we're gonna take it into 20 speed jacks, so adding a little bit of tempo here to our jumping jacks. We wanna increase the pace. "20 speed jacks, and then we're gonna finish off on 4 walking lunges each side. 4 walking lunges each side, then grabbing a quick sip of water, and we'll meet around the board. All right, guys, quick sip of water. As I explain this workout, take a couple deep breaths and get ready for what's about to come. Today we have running clock, 4 5-minute rounds. Within those 5-minute rounds, we are going through the board, staying at each exercise for 30 seconds, and we're going from one movement to the next. So we're not having any rest period in between our movements. So we want to make sure that we have quick transitions here, moving from one exercise to the next as quickly as we can, so we get as much of those 30 seconds as we can. So we want to maintain the pace, whatever that may be, that we can hold on to those movements for a full 30 seconds. So we're going to start off with walking lunges for 30 seconds. Then that takes us right into inchworms, just like we did in warm-up, crawling out to that strong high plank position, then walking those hands back up to your feet. You do not have to stand all the way up, but you can if you know you struggle a little bit with getting dizzy by being in that overhead position. Just make sure you're standing up in between reps, but you do not have to. As soon as we're done with our inchworms, we got push-ups, 30 seconds to get through. Maybe we slow this down a little bit so we're able to maintain a pace and do push-ups the full 30 seconds. After that, we're flipping it over, hip bridge march for 30 seconds, followed by lemon squeezes, followed by mountain climbers, sumo squats, speed jacks. Then at the end of this round, we're gonna finish off with 1 minute plank hold. So either in that high plank position or a low plank position. The goal here is to hold that plank for a full minute. Once we're done here, we get 1 minute of rest, and then we repeat that for 4 rounds. Once we're done with our 4 rounds, we have a 6-minute core finisher to get through, which I'll talk about once we get there. But for now, we need to get through 4 5-minute rounds, again, 30 seconds per exercise, starting at the top, working our way down to the bottom, and we repeat 4 times. Yes. All right, guys. We're gonna kick things off with walking lunges. Ready? All right, guys, ready, set, go. Here we go. Drop that back knee down, let it tap or barely hover over the floor. Front foot or front knee gets to 90 degrees, front foot is flat on the ground. We're driving through that entire foot, right? So not just putting weight on the ball of our foot or on our heel. We want to really think about evenly distributing that weight throughout our entire front foot. You got 5 seconds and we're going into inchworms. Switch into inchworms. So slow and controlled. Walk those hands all the way back up to your toes. Strong high plank here. 5 seconds, and we got push-ups coming up next. 2, 1, switch into push-ups. Chest comes all the way down. Slow and controlled buttocks squeeze, core tight. Tuck that tailbone underneath your hips. Make sure you're not arching that lower back. 10 seconds. Hip bridge march coming up in 5, 2, 1, switch, hip bridge march. So full hip extension here up top, just marching in place. Ten seconds, and we got lemon squeezes. 2, 1, switch, lemon squeezes. Coming out to that high plank, out to that hollow body hold. Be in control on the way up and on the way back down. 5 seconds, and we got mountain climbers. 2, 1, switch, mountain climbers. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, all in one line. 15 seconds, here we go. Sumo squats are up in 10. 2, 1, switch, sumo squats. Drive those knees out, keep that chest nice and tall, hips go below, parallel. Try to get a little bit deeper with each rep. We got speed jacks coming up next. In 2, 1, switch, speed jacks. Let's go, guys, let's go. Seconds, then we got 1 minute on our plank hold, either high or low plank, completely up to you. 2, 1, switch, here we go. Full minute. If you're in that low plank position, make sure your shoulders are right over those elbows. If you're in that high plank position, shoulder, elbow, wrist, create one line. Butt squeeze, core is tight, we're tucking our tailbone underneath our hips. Maintaining that straight line throughout our body. Every muscle should be bracing here. 30 seconds. Twenty seconds. Almost there. Hold, hold, hold. You got 5 seconds. Rest. All right, guys. Shake it out. Move around. You want me to pause it? Oh, okay. Yes, please. Shake it out. Move around. Grab a sip of water. Try to recover. We're going to start our second round in 40 seconds. start up in 20 seconds. So we're back up to the top on our walking lunges. All right, round number 2, ready, set, go. Chest stays nice and tall. We want to stabilize through that front knee. Switch, inchworms. Slow and controlled, walking those hands out to that strong high plank position. We got 10 seconds and we got our push-ups up next. 2, 1, switch, push-ups. Slow and control that pace. Try not to burn out right off the bat. You got less than 10 seconds. Hip bridge march is up next in 2, 1, switch. Keep those hips fully extended, drive those feet into the ground, glutes are squeezed. Less than 10. We got lemon squeezes in 2, 1, switch. Seconds here, then we got our mountain climbers in 5, 2, 1, switch. Let's go, guys. Set that pace here, a lot of effort, shoulder, elbow, wrist, all in one line. Keep it up, 15 seconds. Almost there, guys. 10 seconds. Hold, hold, hold. Rest. All right, guys. Shake it out. 2 down, 2 to go. You get 1 minute off. You start back up in 20 seconds. You what? All right, guys. Starting round number 3. Ready, set, go. We're on those walking lunges here. Listen, 10, then we got our inchworms. 2, 1, switch. Ten seconds. Yeah, push-ups up next in 2, 1, switch, push-ups. Seconds. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. 2, 1, switch. Hip bridge march. Less than 10, then we got lemon squeezes. 2, 1, switch, lemon squeezes. Mountain climbers are up next in 5, 2, 1, switch, mountain climbers. We got sumo squats coming up next in 10, 5 seconds. 2, 1, switch, sumo squats. Keeping that chest nice and tall, hips go all the way down. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Get that chest all the way down. You got 10 seconds here, then we have our hip bridge march. 2, 1, switch, hip bridge march. Seconds. We got lemon squeezes coming up next. In 2, 1, switch, lemon squeezes. Seconds. In 2, 1, switch, mountain climbers. Less than 10. Sumo squats are up next. 2, 1, switch, sumo squats. Almost there in 2, 1, switch, speed jacks. Remember, after our speed jacks, we have a 1 minute on our plank hold. That will complete our 4th round. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. 2, 1, switch, plank hold. Good and squeeze, core is tight. Seconds. Hold, hold, hold. We got 15 seconds. 5 seconds. Rest. All right, guys, we got 1 minute off. As promised, we're going to finish off on a 6-minute core finisher. For this, you're going to be spending 45 seconds on each one of these movements. Again, without rest, so moving from one exercise to the next. We start off with toe touches, follow it with flutter kicks, then we have side plank hip dips on the right, side plank hip dips on the left, and then we're going back to the top, completing that one more time. So as we go through our core exercises, we want to think a little bit slower, think more time under tension than trying to do this as quickly as you can, and taking your time, so really making sure that you're activating your core. All right, guys, ready? Starting off with those toe touches. Ready, set, go. Here we go. So legs are going to be extended towards the ceiling. We're going gonna roll those shoulder blades off the ground and try to reach those toes. Be in control on the way back down. Slow and control, pull that belly button towards your spine, lower back is driving into the ground. 15 seconds here, then we're going into our flutter kicks. 5 seconds. 2, 1, switch, flutter kicks. Shoulder blades are off the ground. Drive that lower back into the floor. Quick up and down motion, keep those knees locked out so that movement is coming from our hips. Keep it up, we got 20 seconds. 10 seconds. We got side plank hip dips coming up next in 5, 2, 1, switch. Here we go. Hips go all the way down, pressing all the way back up. Be in control all the way down. Just let those hips slightly tap the ground. All the way back up. You have 15 seconds. Here we go, guys. 5 seconds. 2, 1, switch sides. Let's get that full 45 seconds. Keep it up, guys. 20 seconds, and we're back at the top with our toe touches. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. 2, 1, switch. Back to those toe touches. Here we go. Last time through. 15 seconds. That core should be burning. Almost there. 2, 1, switch, flutter kicks. Go, guys. Make sure you're checking in with that lower back, that it's always driving into the floor. We got 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Moving on to those side plank hip dips next in 5, 2, 1, switch. Tap the ground, then push all the way up. Seconds. 5 seconds. Switching sides in 2, 1, switch. Final 30 seconds. Seconds. Final push, we got 5. That is time. Awesome job, guys. Move around a little bit. Shake it out, take some deep breaths. Do what feels good to you. We'll take it into our cool down. About 60 seconds. Same time. All right. Oh. I'm just going to put it down. I was going to talk about you as you like, reach for your toes. The equitable thing to do. I was ready. I was ready for it. All right, guys, let's get cool down. Well, you need to calm down then. All right, we're just gonna sit crisscross applesauce for a moment. Relax the shoulders, do a few shoulder shrugs, and take a couple really deep breaths. What you'll learn is I'll try to talk a little better. I'm just gonna talk louder. Sorry, guys. My voice will be heard. I think I need to get on this little stool. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so take a couple really deep breaths, inhaling all the way through your belly, exhaling out of your mouth. And then we'll take it into child's pose to start. So knees can be about as wide as your mat. If that hurts your back or it's too intense on your hips, just take your knees in a little bit closer. And then start to push into your hands, push your hips back towards your feet. And then as you breathe in, try to, I'm gonna do this right. Push into your hands, so you're pushing your hips back towards your heels, and then just relax your chest or chin to the ground. And as you inhale, try to expand through your back. Full inhale. Exhale, just get a little heavier on the mat. On your next inhale, press up through your left hand. You're gonna thread the needle, taking your right arm under. So you just rest onto that right shoulder. Take a moment to get set up there. And then use your breath to just relax into it a little bit deeper. And then press into your left hand on your next inhale. Slowly press up
plant the right hand down and switch sides. Slowly press it back up. Now moving into hands and knees, tabletop. And just start to move with your breath through cat-cow. Exhaling as you round up. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Let your head hang heavy in cat. And then as you inhale, slowly dropping down through cow. This is where we're gonna get a nice juicy core stretch. So feel free to just take a few deep breaths in each position if you don't want to move back and forth so fast. And then if you haven't yet, next time you get into cow, so chest forward, just hold it here. And from this position, squeeze your core in just a little bit so you don't hyperextend the back or hurt the back. And then pull your shoulders open just a little bit more. Good, and then looking up if you can, if it doesn't hurt your neck. One deep breath. All right, and then from here, we're gonna take that right foot forward in a low lunge. Left knee is gonna stay planted. And we're just gonna keep our chest upright first, leaning forward so we're stretching into that inner left hip. Feel that in the psoas, hip flexor. If this ever hurts your back in this position, just pull your belly button in a little bit more so you keep the core engaged. And then we're gonna take our hands to the floor inside of that right foot. And this is where you get to just pry around a little bit. I like to take my chest and turn it a little bit towards my right knee. And if you wanna go even deeper, you can turn way towards the knee and then get into, almost into the IT band on the left side. We're losing some viewers. I wonder if people are not stretching. I don't like that. We're losing some viewers. I don't know if people aren't stretching. I'm gonna find out who was on and who was dipping out early. Rock it back. So now the right leg is extended.
Check them out.
Is she doing the 9 a.m. workouts?
No, she just watches.
We still got, as so many people do. I love to know that we're this entertaining. Sometimes I'll pop on and be like, oh, I'm glad I didn't do that workout. All right, slowly ease out of this one. We're gonna take that left foot forward, low lunge, keeping the chest upright. Again, if this makes the back feel uncomfortable, just pull your belly button in a little bit. It's getting a little noisy out there. And then go ahead and lower your hands inside the left foot. Pry around a little bit here, and then having the option to either stay here or start to rotate the chest towards your left knee as far as you want to go. And if you do rotate, you should feel it in your outer right hip. And slowly bring it back through center, rock it back. Extend the left leg, flex the foot. And totally normal to feel two different things on each side. If hamstrings are usually tighter for me on the right side. So just adjust as needed. All right, go ahead and take a seat. Going into that crowd favorite. So the kind of crisscross style. Did we ever come up with a name for this? Maybe sitting scorpion? There's a name. Yeah, I don't remember. So,
I'm getting the tape measure.
no excuses. Do you hear this, guys? So, if you'll notice, Stacy is completely stacked, foot on top of the knee. If this hurts your knees or ankles, just flex your feet. And also, if this is just unbearable, then take your feet a little wider, or knees a little wider, so you're not completely stacking them evenly. What's the improvement? What's the improvement?
It's 5 3/4.
Was that by design? And if you have the mobility, you can try leaning forward a little bit.
Just start
But if, yeah, just know where you. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. So that's what. Yeah, I was saying if it's too intense, but then you have the ankle flexibility. If this hurts someone's ankle, they would want to go even wider. Like.
ready for the other side.
You can only see. No, just measure how high it is. All right, switch sides. Getting jacked on this quarantine. Jacked and mobile. Ooh. No, actually better, I think. Just pop something getting in there. Hold on.
5 3/4.
And always have the option to lean forward if that feels okay. If not, just stay where you are. All right, and then just come to a comfortable seat with your legs. And we're gonna interlace the fingers behind the low back, but before you do that, take your shoulders, shrug them up and around and back, and then reach for your hands. So you really open the chest and shoulders first. And you don't even have to really lift the hands. It's more about rotating the biceps out, and that's where you're gonna start to feel a nice juicy bicep stretch. Kind of hard to get to. Take a deep breath in, all the way through your belly. And as you yeah. So relax the hands just a little bit then, lower them down, and then take a deep breath. Exhale and release. So breathing in those stretches helps you learn to breathe deeper anyway, because it's a little more challenging. Take a few shoulder shrugs. Take it to the front, take it to the back. And then coming back to neutral, relax the shoulders, take it into a big neck circle each direction. Go as slow as you can. And I hope you guys are feeling good and enjoying the rest of your day. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. We'll see you here tomorrow. Sweat like a vet on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sweat like a vet.
Is that to retrieve that one from my brain?
It's fitting now.
Oh, I was like, what is happening? Oh, let me maybe finish this first.
You can decline it if you need to.
I'm going to, decline.